I wanted to express a very special thanks to one of our AgileDad subscribers who pointed out this article to me from July of 2024. It asks, "Are you a CT no?" And I never heard that term before, CT no. So I said, I want to explore this and see what it's all about. So he starts out, a CEO once told me it felt like the CTO misheard and thought his title was CT no. Can we do that? No. Is it feasible? No. After wiping myself from having spilled my coffee laughing, I realized that it's such a common stance for tech executives to take that I'm surprised that I hadn't heard the term earlier. So, why are so many people having this issue, and how can you become a force multiplying CTO instead of a backlog gatekeeper, right? It starts by thinking about fear and authority. You're not alone if you recognize a bit of yourself in that CEO's complaint. The fact is, many tech leaders, consciously or not, address most incoming requests and ideas as interruptions and issues. Why is that? Leaders I've worked with were often burned in the past by tech leaders who, in their view, didn't say no often enough. Occasionally, it's their past uh, as team leads under team executives who allow change to occur without seemingly any thought. Some even have done the same themselves and now have repented, choosing the position of a senior techie instead. Everything is expensive, will take 4 times longer than you expect, and will be a nightmare to maintain, and it won't be useful anyway. This is our natural overcompensation for having suffered from things that happened in the past. So let's pause there and say, you're right. I think that we have a tendency to lean in on things that have passed. The author of this article did a great job describing that. I feel like it's just something that we know is going to happen. But the truth is, we need to end binary thinking. As part of helping executives fulfill their potential, one of the most effective tools I've learned is to help leaders break the habit of supplying that knee jerk reaction. It doesn't matter if your default is yes or no. We strive to see anything as the complex wave function that it is, and rarely is anything in our world as simple as a binary decision. The technique that I use all the time, just so you know, is help me understand. And that works really, really well, because then when you say help me understand, it shows that you're expressing a level of interest, but it also shows that you're trying to get your head around an ecosystem or environment in which this is possible. And I find that sometimes we forget to ask the right questions. So the CEO asked whether it would be possible to integrate some new capacity announced by a vendor, or capability announced by a vendor. The CT no would take a second to consider it, realize it would derail a current project, and reject it, say no. However, if you look at the other way and you say, help me understand how we can have an entire team drop what it's doing and address this immediately. And help me understand how it's okay to affect the cost of delaying other commitments. I think you see where I'm going with this, right? It's just real easy for us to back in and say, how does this impact our current solution? How does it impact where we're trying to go? How could we get world-class experts in this technology and pay their boutique high price? It might be the only way we can have it done in a few days. What I'm saying is, it's okay for you to formulate what can be done, what can't be done, and figure things out. But I think that if you have that person in that position and their only mission in life is to say no unless it's something they've signed off on, it's going to lead some pretty miserable developers, some pretty miserable people, and it's going to cause the workspace to just really fall into a pit of despair, as I like to call it, right? So if you're being a CT no, my challenge to you is to learn those 3 words. Help me understand. If you can learn help me understand, you can turn those no ideas into actually pretty decent things. You can say, help me understand how this is possible. And when someone explains it to you, you gain new insight, they gain new insight, and it helps you have a healthy conversation with your peers. Keep it short and sweet today. That's going to do it. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, by the way, thanks for sending in that topic. That was awesome. So if you have a topic you want us to discuss, learn more at AgileDad.com. We would love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.